It's okay. I mean, thank you for the interview, diba? First and foremost, for agreeing to this. I know how much you were saying about your ADHD and being an introvert. Uh, Yun nga, pag-usapan natin muna yung kanta mo. 'Di ba? Paano mo sinulat? Gaano katagal? Sabi mo, 1 month.
One hour.
1 hour. 1 hour! In fairness. Grabe. So, that's how you blurt out the lyrics. And where did it come from?
Um, well, the song was inspired by friendships
Mhm.
and the seasons that I have gone through, and how appreciative I am for the people that stayed through the phases of my life when I was still figuring it out.
Mhm.
Kasi when you're figuring things out, ang dami mong nanineglect eh. 'Di ba? Parang
Oo.
ang dami mong mga hindi alam na sagot, ang dami mong hindi alam na mga bagay na parang you're just walking and there's this path that you want to take, and so there are things that you can't see in the rear view, and you just kind of want to figure out a lot of other things in the meantime. And I'm just thankful for all the friendships that have stuck by me and stayed by my side while I tried to figure things out.
And we were talking about you already figured out nga yung sinong core mo, sino second circle. And it's so hard to arrive at that, especially with your stature. 'Di ba? Do you feel like solidified na talaga siya? And for those who are relating to your journey towards that, what do you want to say to them?
I think take your time. It was when I stopped looking for it and started just just not just being there. Sorry, can I rephrase that?
Of course.
Um I don't know how to advise. I don't think I'm an expert at anything, honestly. Like, I'll just be completely blunt na parang wala po akong right mag-advise sa mga ganyan. Kasi I'm still trying to figure it out. And I'm just also being as hopeful as I can be. But these people have taught me how to trust again. They have helped me rebuild my faith. And so and they have also been tested by time.
Mhm.
And my first circle and my second circle have been there with me for the last 10 to 15 years.
Wow.
And so they've never left.
And thank you for being so vulnerable kanina sa press con. You also opened up. I saw an article na you were talking about your mental health noong 2020. I just want to backtrack. When were you diagnosed with ADHD?
Just recently, actually.
Talaga?
Yeah, but walang na-surprise. Ako
Dahil-
lang.
Yes. Totoo ba? Paano sinabi sa'yo yon? And what was your, maganda kasing awareness to, lalo na sa mga fans mo, di ba? Lalo mas nakaka-relate ng kanta mo. Paano mo nasabi na, teka lang, kailangan ko ata pa-diagnose?
Actually, actually po, it wasn't what I was asking to be diagnosed with.
Okay.
And then that's what my psych led to. And now I'm actually gonna see a specialist. So my sister was diagnosed with it, and so
Nauna siya?
Nauna siya.
Okay.
And so was one of my closest friends' husband. And now I've been reading so much about it, and it's like, oh, it makes sense. And nung sinabi ko siya sa best friends ko, sa band ko, guys, I have to tell you something. Walang na-shock.
At least, tsaka supportive sila kanina pa. Ito nga, nanonood sila.
Ito pong glam team ko, si Ate Tere po, ate ko na siya for the last 7
Okay.
7 years,
Oo.
ganyan. Siya na po yung makeup artist ko for the last 7 years. Nung sinabi ko din po sa kanya, poker face, matagal ko nang alam.
Ano yung, pero sa performances mo, meron ba? Or sa the way you think na ang bilis ko magsulat? Ano yung,
Yes.
while reading about it, can you educate us? Yun nga, ano doon yung sinabi mo na, teka lang, parang ADHD to.
Parang madami palang creatives ang merong ADHD, apparently.
Yeah, oo.
So now I'm about to find out what level I don't know, but I'm looking forward to that. I don't know a lot about it yet, and I don't want to pretend to know anything. But I actually was in ASAP room, and another artist actually opened up to me that she also had ADHD, and we sorry
Has. Okay.
that she also has ADHD, and we actually just got close on that trip, and she taught me terms like overstimulated, and it I used to think na natitrigger lang ako, but yun pala may mga certain instances lang talaga na parang naano ka, and usually kapag halimbawa may certain sounds na mawawala yung train of thought mo. Kaya parang
Paano yung pag-concert mo, sumisigaw lahat ng tao?
hindi, pag ganun, siguro iba, hindi naman, there's hyper-focus.
Okay. Na meron ka
There's
rin.
that.
Oo.
Yeah,
Oo.
I don't know I really
Parang
don't
feeling
know.
mo ba pag nasa stage ka, ikaw lang, tas yung dark na di ba minsan may ganon? Therapist? Therapist ako?
No, I
Hindi,
don't
kaya
know.
tanong ko lang, gusto ko lang
When
malaman.
I'm on stage, honestly, I just feel like I'm talking to friends. But when it's a big stage, I don't know. I really don't know. I don't want to pretend like I know anything.
But that's your experience.
But my experience right now is I just found out.
Do you feel like this is also parang closure dahil sa mga napagdaanan mo sa past, 'di ba?
No,
The highs and the lows?
I won't say closure. I'll say though that I feel like it's a better chance. It looks like a new season for me to better knowing myself.
Oh.
Like I feel like I've always been so hard on myself. I always beat myself up for not having it together. For always like,
Perfectionist ka.
hindi naman po ako perfectionist. And ang dami ko nga pong hindi natatapos na mga bagay na gusto ko dapat tapusin, mga ganyan, mga bagay na gusto kong gawin na hindi ko naman nagagawa. So I wouldn't say perfectionist. But I do like finishing what I started. I like being excellent with things. I'm not a perfectionist. I think it's more the message that I want to convey with the things that I do. I think in general, I'm hard on myself because there are moments that I feel like I could do things better, but for some reason I can't. Like, I wish I could answer you better, but then I get distracted and I lose my train of thought. And it's little things like that that frustrate me and wish I could be a better person.
You know, don't get frustrated. You're answering me very well and you're giving light to me. And maybe dun din sa mga makakapanood because it's good that you're bringing this to light. 'Di ba? I mean, wow, thank you. Thank you because you're not alone, right? And what do you want to tell yung makaka-relate sa'yo na fans mo agad upon, hearing your story and opening about this?
I'm learning about it, not to make it an excuse, but to learn how to work around it so I can be better as a person, because I have been learning how to be better at it with the techniques of people who don't have it. And it just frustrates me because sa kanila nag-work, sa akin hindi. And sa akin, feeling ko mali lang ako.
Okay.
But knowing what I have and knowing what will work for me, it has been helping me more.
Do you feel like na misconstrue ka before dahil dyan?
Madaming beses po. But, I don't, again, Ate MJ, I don't want to pretend that I know so much about it because I just found out din na.
So baka na misconstrue ka.
No, I mean, I just found out about my ADHD, and I'm still learning so much about myself, and I don't wanna, diagnose people or say that this is what it is and ganyan, but I also don't want people to be so scared of that stigma. Because
Actually, yun yung kaya natin to pinag-uusapan dahil may stigma. At ngayon nabubuwag na. Lalo na isa kang malaking personalidad na ino-open up to. And you're one of a number of high-profile personalities who actually have it.
And actually, I would never have thought that I do because my notion of ADHD is hyper. And I'm the
Oo,
opposite.
girl, kalmado ka nga. Parang nawala yung problema ko nung kausap kita eh. Parang teka, mamaya ako naiisipin. Parang ganun eh, di ba? So, paano ka nag-hyper?
No, it's not. Apparently, ADHD doesn't just define hyper. There's a lot of other things. There's hyper focus, and then I'm still learning so much, and so yeah. So if there's anything that I'd want to encourage people to do, it's to not be scared to, you know, learn about yourself. Don't be afraid to ask specialists to go to a site, because when you know, you can't heal what you acknowledge. You can't heal what you don't acknowledge. And
That's very well said.
you can't move forward if you don't acknowledge where you are right now. And that's really what I've been doing, taking things one step at a time. And I'm not in a rush, but looking back at the past year, I'm so surprised at how far I've come.
Yeah. I mean, you've been talking about yourself kanina. Sabi nga, wala personal, pero biglang ang dami mo na-share mo to. Ang dami mong randomly na share sa mga concert mo. 'Di ba? Like, how was that for you na, wow, nagugulat ka rin ba sa sarili mo? Na, do you feel like, kumbaga you've reconciled with your past?
What do you mean reconciled with my past?
With whatever happened to you before, the highs and the lows, because you're
I think
figuring out yourself.
I think I've made peace with it. I think I've made peace with whatever I've wanted to change in the past, with whatever I didn't like in the past. And I've just made peace with it. And I've learned to, be okay with whatever emotion I've felt with it. Whether it's, allowing myself to be angry. Even if people allow you to be sad. People allow you to be happy, but they don't allow you to be angry. But
So ngayon nagagalit na si Moira.
no,
Hindi mo naman ipopost. Makikita ba namin? Depende.
Narinig ata. But no, I feel like I will allow myself to be angry, but I won't pull people down. Like it's anger is actually, I feel like there's a better term for anger. I feel like I could use a better term, but I don't know if I'm even wording this right, but I feel like anger is like an expression that you have to let out, because if you suppress it, you'll just implode. And so like I've learned to allow myself to just feel emotions, so that I can heal properly and I can move forward and feel better emotions like joy and peace. And
What emotions are you feeling at the moment in your life?
right now,
Oo, kumbaga tapos ka na ba magalit?
yes,
That's good.
matagal naman na.
That's good.
Yeah.
Good. Kaya nga napag-usapan mo na rin sa mga show mo.
Hindi naman. I don't really talk about my anger. I just allow myself to feel it. Because I feel like a lot of times that's what we don't allow ourselves to feel. If you feel mo lang naman, hindi ka naman mananakit. So yeah, like going back, I feel like because I acknowledged that emotion, I was able to allow myself to heal from it.
Oh, that's a great stature where you're at, honestly. And thank you so much for being so vulnerable and open. And syempre mag-promote tayo, no? Ano ba yung susunod natin na aabangan kay Moira sa partnerships mo at ng fans mo sa'yo? Like, what's gonna be your world tour, your next show? Hindi mo naman ata kailangan kasi laging puno yung mga show mo, no? Pero yun na nga, yung mga saka pwedeng sundan.
I will be in all over Australia this October, and also my album is coming out soon.
Ano laman ng album? Pwede na ba pag-usapan? Yung last na lang, yung mga kanta. Ano yung mga kanta nun? May anger ba doon? Ano ba, masaya ba doon? Ano, through the seasons, ano yung motions nung ano?
Songs.
Basta songs. Yun na yung pasado. So, ikaw makikita ka naman namin with Cornerstone, di ba? Pag pin-promote, sana i-promote mo naman yun.
Yes po. Yes.
I love it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Mo. Magsisit